Exactly.
Well, Rev Up Your Engine says the battle of the luxury cars is on.
Ooh.
This week, the likes of Ferrari, Lamborghini and McLaren will go head-to-head for Rob Report's prestigious 2025 Car of the Year crown.
Some of us can dream.
Yeah.
12 of the world's most luxurious cars are being pushed to their limits, where excellence is the only measure. For more, we are joined by Rob Report's Editor-in-Chief, Horatio Silva, live in Sydney. Good morning to you, Horatio. So you guys, you don't focus on value, efficiency or safety, none of that crap. All you want to see is how fast these cars go, how cool they are. How do you rank them?
Well, good morning, Sarah. We rank these cars in much the same way that your average driver would. We look at design, performance, comfort, and that all important, how does it feel behind the wheel factor? It's a back-to-back comparison on real Australian roads, not a test track, so you get a real sense of how these cars, it's the same cars, same conditions, same drivers, so you get a sense of how these cars stack up against one another.
Whether you can afford them or not, people love looking at them,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
They desire them, they want them. But what are the unique qualities they exhibit, these ones?
Well, Carla, you can afford them.
Yeah.
But, what sets these cars apart, is they're not just fast, they're not just beautiful, they're intuitive, they're comfortable, and they have a genuine sense of joy when you drive them. I think that's what really sets them apart.
Okay, so talk us through some of the price points in this. I think, is one of the Ferraris worth more than $1 million that you've got there?
We have a couple of cars that are north of $1 million. The entry models are more in the few $100,000 range, but whether you can afford them or not, I think is not really the point. A lot of these cars, you don't have to own a Lamborghini to benefit from a Lamborghini. A lot of the features, safety features, battery performance, hybrid technology, a lot of things that we take for granted in our everyday cars actually begin in cars like these.
So, who do you think is the favourite this year? Can you narrow it down for us and give us an idea?
Well, cars like Ferrari and McLaren always come in with great expectations riding on their shoulders, because they don't just create beautiful cars, they create, dream experiences for the driver. So, the engineering and the design is, extraordinary, but these cars resonate with drivers on a visceral level. So, but the exciting thing this year is that we have so many marques that have stepped up the game, and we never really know who's going to win entering this thing. What we do know is that, much like the Oscars, they don't always go to script. So we've had dark horses win, they win the room with this combination of great design, great performance, and this kind of intangible factor.
Beautiful.
Beautifully said, mate. We'll keep an eagle eye on that as we pass them in our little Toyota Rogues. What's up, guys?
Isn't that car pretty? All right, thanks, Horatio. Appreciate it.